Good morning. Today I'd like to show you my cluster book. So a lot of us junk journalers make clusters to put as decoration on the corner of a page or anywhere on a page or in a layout. For instance, on the front of this cover I have a little fabric cluster. So it's just a couple pieces of fabric and then a little flower. But a lot of times they're just made out of paper. Also in this book, I've got a cluster strip that I used to embellish the edge of this page. So they're not difficult to make at all, but they take a little bit of time. So when you want to put together a book quickly, it's nice to be able to just grab a cluster and put it on the page. So what I've done, when I was trying to kind of practice and get better at making clusters, I started this book. And what I did was I just glued some down just with glue stick to a notebook, just a spiral notebook. And, you know, start with a little piece of paper bag and then just different types of paper and labels and fancy edged papers and stickers and embellishments. So this page has sort of got a bit of blue, the teal and some feathers, that sort of a theme and vibe going with it. And then kept on that theme because I do a lot with those, or I hope to do a lot with those colors. Sometimes things are inked and some they're not. There's where I've torn one out and used it somewhere. And then you don't have to tear the lined paper or the base paper out completely. I think on this page, I tore one out and used it and replaced it with this pink one. And maybe these are replacement ones too. You can see where the page is ripped underneath it. So the intention isn't for just to store them in here, but to be able to look through and find them easier than looking through a little bin of them. So I thought these ones were really pretty with the music paper and the doily and the sentiment. And then these tiny little floral images. So just kind of grouped. So these could be all for one journal of a purple and blue theme, for instance, which I'm sure I'm going to do eventually. It's certainly on my list. These ones have more of the dusty rose, the paper bag. Some of the first ones I did. And then here we get into some with like measuring tape images and stamps. These were stamps that I printed and cut out, so they're not real stamps. And then this had some magazine page, so a little bit more vibrant with the pink. And then using up some of my butterfly and feathers, a little bit of bling. And then this is more like a long cluster that would use along the top of a page or up the side of a page, or even it could be used as a belly band. You just glue it down top and bottom and then something could slide underneath it. And here's 4 more that kind of go together well to go all in one journal. And these ones I had some sort of Scrabble tile looking printables. And sometimes this one might be good in a corner, for instance, an upper corner. And they can be used to decorate anything, a tag, a page, a pocket, anything. So then these ones are nice longer ones. I play around with different sizes and shapes. And actually some of these sat in this book quite plain for a while. I got them so far and then left them and then came back later and embellished them further. And I could do that at the time too. I think here's some that are a little bit plainer. So I could decide what accent color I want with these ones and add that to it at any time. Maybe I get a new bunch of stickers or something and I can use those, but they're just a very neutral base right now. Here's some more with, these ones are a little bit square for my liking, but I can always tear them out of the book and then round the corners or take the fancy edge scissors to them, whatever suits the book that I'm working on. Sort of like this is done. That one's got some fancy edges to it. These ones are a little bit plain for me, but they're, until I know how I'm going to use them, I can leave them like this. Just gets the bulk of the work done ahead of time. And makes an easy way to find them. You know, if you're looking for a cluster, you go to this book and find one that you can use. So those ones aren't complete. They're just sort of bases to be further embellished with an accent color. These ones are nice and bright, some fire printed from a magazine. I even left like the little spine where it was ripped out of the magazine. That may or may not stay in the end. And then I just like the way these bright colors all look together, and then a little bit of place to either write or put a decorative sticker on top of. And then these ones were, I don't remember what this brochure was that I took these from, but nice muted color, so I just used it. It's a different size and font of text than you usually see. These ones are really pretty, with a little bit of music, a little bit of book page, and then some printable sort of boho designs. These are nice, larger ones. More eclectic with a different mix of little tags and bits and bobs and fussy cut leaves. And then this is just a page I collaged in this book. Kind of got off topic for a bit. Another collage page. Sometimes it's hard to know how to use some of these images. So when you do a collage page, you can work things in. A little bit of grays mixed with some pink and purple. And then we're back to the clusters. So again, some little bit of bright ones. I'm going all different directions because this is just for storage. So whatever fits. I like these ones too. I like purple. So this is a good thing to do in front of the TV. Maybe you don't really feel very creative at the certain day, so you can sit down and make some of these, and it's kind of just random. You can get designer with it if you want, but maybe just laying down the bases and not doing the more creative part of decorating them until you're in the mood. Because I find with creativity, it sometimes is there and sometimes it just isn't. So it's a good way to still get something done even when you're not feeling like crafting. I like the colors there too. Now these ones are very neutral, just bases, ready to be further embellished. So a little bit of bingo cards, some book page, some actual pieces of government checks. They have maple leaves and interesting waves and lines on them, signatures. Someone's HST check or something. There's ones with a lot of music. So these ones good for a rainy day when you don't know what you want to do. You can pull out a box of stickers and tickets and tags and embellish them further. So the day I did this, I probably wasn't feeling very creative, but I wanted to get something done. And there's ones that I've just started and probably trying to use up a paper bag. So next step, I'll grab some music paper that's left over and add it. And then maybe another day I'll add some book page. And then there's still more room in this book, so I can do that anytime. And like I say, you can cut them out of the book. You can leave the page that's in behind, or if you wanted that as part of the design, you could tear around it and ink the edges of the lined paper too. But I just like the idea of keeping the base page and reusing it. Because it's a spiral book, you can't add pages back in, so it's a good way to use that book. So I hope you like this little flip through, and I hope this idea is helpful to you. We're always looking for ways to organize our ephemera. So this is one way that I've found that has kept these tidy, and the only thing you have to remember is to bring it to your work table so that you will actually use them. So anyway, let me know what you think of this idea and whether you've tried it and it worked for you. I hope that you'll share this with your friends, make a comment for me, and subscribe. But most of all, have a great day. Thank you.